you're just in time. Come on in. Oh, good morning, friends. I'm so happy. Come join me in my kitchen. Today is actually early Thursday morning for me. It's Sunday for all of you when I'm posting this. But welcome. I hope you've had a great week. I'm so happy that you came back. And why don't you make a cup of tea, sit in a nice comfy chair while we have our chat. This morning, I'm just in the middle of making some banana bread because I had one of my clients' husbands passed away, and I wanted to just make a little loaf of banana strawberry bread to take her. And her and her husband had known each other for 61 years. They're obviously in their 80s now. And so I just really thought that it would be nice to make her up a nice loaf, and I have to go there today, and she can have it whenever she wants. She can stick it in the freezer because you know when you're walking through crisis like that, you've got family and friends that are popping in for a visit to check up on you, and if she wanted, she could just have that in her freezer and pull it out whenever she needed it at her convenience. So I didn't mention this, but I homeschooled our children, our 3 children, our boys. And so with all the ups and downs and grand adventures that we had, good days, bad days, we made it through all the way. And we did a lot of baking and cooking and all kinds of things like that. And so I made sure that my boys knew how to bake, and they all loved to do that. And they all had kind of their specialties and recipes that they really enjoyed making. And so this old beat up recipe card was a banana bread recipe from my oldest son. And it's even got his name on it, his banana bread recipe, because that was one of the things that he liked making. So this calls for, I'll just quickly read it out to you, just in case it inspires you to make a loaf of banana strawberry bread. 3 mashed bananas, 2/3 cup of sugar, 1/3 cup of shortening, 1 egg, 1/4 cup of milk, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1.5 cups of flour, and then of course a 1/4 cup or maybe a little bit more of tiny chopped strawberries. Bake at 350 for about 20 minutes. It's probably going to be more than that because of the strawberries. 30 minutes. I do the toothpick test in the center. When the toothpick comes out with nothing stuck to it, you know it's done. So I've already went ahead. I've done my dry ingredients here, and I've got my wet ingredients here. I'm just chopping up my strawberries now, and I'm so sorry for my kitty in the background if you hear her going crazy. She sees the birds and things out in the yard, and so she's kind of going off the wall. So today, I just thought I'd pop in here and talk about like this lady that's going through a loss. She's experiencing something that is so difficult. They've been together for 60 years and they're in their 80s, and you do know that you're going to experience loss, like you know that, but yet when it happens, it's still hard to walk through, and the loneliness and all the emotions. I can't imagine losing my spouse, especially after being together that long, the loss of the companionship. So I just encourage you in your circle of people that you know that, I mean, we all have some people around us walking through seasons in their lives that aren't ideal, that are a struggle. It might not be the loss of someone, but maybe it's cancer, depression, anxiety, difficulties in their marriage, illnesses, or even difficulties in their relationships with their children, divorce. There's so many things people are walking through right now that are so common and prevalent. Like it's just, we all know people that are struggling. And so I just want to encourage you to make sure that you're the kind of friend that is reaching out, that you're letting people know that you're thinking about them. I know that sometimes you feel hesitant because you don't know what to say. What do I say? How do I reach out to them? What do I do? But it's worse if we say nothing and do nothing. So even if it's just a little message or cookies or banana bread, a little card with a note thinking of you, those things really mean something to people, that they're not alone, that people care. Because there's nothing worse than walking through a season in your life and you feel alone. You think, the people that I thought would be there to support me are not supporting me. They've isolated me, and I'm going through this all by myself. And I don't know how many days, maybe you've even felt like that, where you just haven't wanted to even tell people. You've just been struggling alone, and there's days where you thought, I just want to stay in bed and pull the covers over my head and not have to deal with this situation right now. But for a lot of us, that's not an option. We have to keep going. We have to push through. But I just wanted to come on here and encourage you this morning. And if you're not going through anything, maybe you just like to bake some banana strawberry bread to enjoy with your cup of tea. And listen to the birds. It's such a beautiful day here this morning in Ontario, Canada. If you could just see what it looks like out my front window, and the birds and the sun, it's shining. It's a little bit overcast. And I guess what you'd call it is like a haze, but it's still a bright, nice day. And the birds are singing in the background, and my cat's running around going crazy. Sorry about that. But when I got up, I thought, and I saw the haze, I thought about the wildfires that we have in Western Canada right now. And my heart just went out for people, because the devastation that people are walking through with that kind of crazy situation happening in their towns, and the evacuations, and are you going to lose your house, and all the things, and people that are losing their homes. And I'm not sure where you're from, whether you're in Canada or maybe you're in another country. Just drop me a comment below and let us know where you're listening in from. But it really puts things in perspective when you see other people going through tragedies like that. You're just thankful that that's not you. That, yeah, maybe you're going through some things, but there's always somebody that's going through something worse. And that really just makes us self-reflect and be grateful that I'm going through something, but it could be even worse than this. It could be the death of a spouse and facing that mountain. But I'm going to continue on here. And I just wanted to let you know that some of my upcoming videos aren't all going to be about serious topics. I just had this happen this week with the death of a client, and I just thought I could share my banana bread recipe and encourage anyone that is going through a bad season like loss or tragedy. or maybe you feel alone because you don't have a support system. I just wanted you to know that our little community, that I'm here to encourage you, and I care, and that you actually are important to all of us here, that we're your little community of friends and support network for each other. So reach out in the comments if you need some encouragement. Maybe you just need somebody to pray about whatever you're going through or struggling with, and you don't have anybody to share something with. You got us. So I'm going to add my wet and dry together and give it a good stir. But all my videos aren't going to be about these serious topics. They'll be sprinkled in between as I feel, things come up, or maybe there's ideas or suggestions that you'd like me to talk about. Leave that in the comments below. But my husband and I have been on this new journey to have some fun together, to reinvent ourselves in this new season of empty nesters, and figuring out how do we have fun again, because I've said, I think in the last video, my intro, that when you've put your family first, you kind of let a lot of fun go to the wayside. And so we're just trying to think of some things that we can do together that we enjoy. And so that's going to be in an upcoming video. We're kind of excited about it. So we're going to share it with all of you and hope that it gives you guys inspiration. We don't normally take holidays. We do like weekends. It just hasn't worked out for us. I'm self-employed. My husband actually used to own a chip truck. So that, for 5 years we did that, and that was huge. It just took up our whole summer. And although we were thankful and grateful because it really did provide a great income, we were in the community, we met so many wonderful people, but it took up our whole summer. And it really was intense because you had to open that thing, and you had to be committed to it, and you had to smile in the terrible hot weather and be pleasant. But we made it through. So we have really put our fun factor on the back burner, and we haven't really taken holidays. We do, some day trips and things like that, or an overnight. So this summer we have committed to doing some things that are fun, things that we're going to enjoy, and we're going to share with all of you. And we hope that you'll come along and that it will inspire you this summer to be intentional and to keep going, push through, and that if I can say anything today, that you're going to make it. You're going to be okay. It might not seem maybe where you are right now that you're going to be okay, but you will. And we're going to cheer you on in this little community for you to keep going and find some things. Start out small. Like for me, I really enjoy getting up in the morning. I sit in my comfy, cozy chair, and I have my tea, and I read. And my kids got me this year for Mother's Day a cute little diary, a journal. And so I maybe jot my thoughts down or reflections, things that I'm grateful for. And I have my patio door open, and I listen to the birds, and I look outside, and I just reflect on the things that I am grateful for. So if I can inspire you this day, this Sunday, to just think of one thing, or maybe many things that you're grateful and thankful for. And I'm so happy that you showed up today, that you came back. And I hope that you will be back for our next video, our next upcoming adventure. And I look forward to that today is the start of another week. And I want you to have a great week. And I will see you back next Sunday. Bye-bye for now.